The Weeknd, Hurry Up Tomorrow, album review part 2. Let's talk about it. How y'all doing? Welcome to Let's Talk About It, Music Reviews Season 11. How y'all doing? Welcome to the show. Guys, we are here. We are fucking here. It is Wednesday night. This is my last review of covering The Weeknd this week. Guys, I'm not even going to lie to you. This album has been a fucking experience. This album has been such a great experience. Has been an experience that I loved. I mean, guys, this was perfect. This was probably perfect workout music. I mean, holy shit. But we gotta move on. But we're not moving on yet because we got The Weeknd. We got The Weeknd, Hurry Up Tomorrow. And part 1, we went over my 3 points of how I was feeling overall about the album. Now we're going to dive into every single track, so let's not waste any time, guys. Let's get straight to it. The Weeknd, Hurry Up Tomorrow. How I do this, guys, is that we're going to go over one by one each track, and I'm going to rate it 1 out of 5. And then we'll give my overall thoughts and album score at the end. Let's get this started, guys. Starting off, Wake Me Up, featuring Justice. Wake Me Up is such a banger intro track that I think this is such a good intro to the album. The production, everything about this track just absolutely fucking hits. I mean, this is an easy 5 out of 5. Cry for Me Too, guy. I'm going to stop saying guys because, I'm going to stop saying guys because I'm just shocked that Cry For Me is the second track off the fucking album. Cry For Me might have some of the best production, some of the best vocals. The beat are fucking smacks. And then there's a beat switch up too. Cry For Me is a banger ass track, 5 out of 5. Now we get into the I Can't Fucking Sing, which is just build up. It's an interlude. We're not going to rate an interlude. But we're going to get into the first track that I don't like, which is St. Paula featuring Anita. I don't like this track. This track is not good, in my opinion. This is like a 2 out of 5. I don't care. Then Until We're Skin and Bones, which this is another interlude and build-up. Then we get into Baptized in Fear. Baptized in Fear. Holy shit. Another track where I just went, wow. The vocals, the emotions, the intensity of the vocals. I love Baptized in Fear. I think Baptized in Fear is better than Open Hearts, in my opinion. I think Baptized in Fear is way better. And I honestly would prefer this was just a song by itself, but it's not. It's like a part 2 to Open Hearts. But Baptized in Fear is a great track. 5 out of 5. Open Hearts. Again, I like this track. I like the switch up on the production, and I do like the vocal switch up, but it's that ending. It cuts off, and I won't be listening to this track anytime soon. I'll give this one like a 3 out of 5. Opening night, it's an interlude, but it's also not. It's a little bit of a beat. I like the vocals. I like how it's sounding on here. I like those, I like those phone sound effects too. This is a nice little interlude, I guess, opening night. So I'm going to give this track probably like a 4 out of 5. Reflections Laughing, featuring Travis Scott, Florence plus the Machine. This fucking track. As I've been listening to the song over and over and over and over again, I do wish that, this track was maybe shortened just a little bit. Maybe we didn't need that fucking voicemail part. Let's just get to fucking Travis Scott. But I like the build-up. I like the build-up to Travis Scott, and you don't expect hearing Travis Scott at fucking all. Great Travis Scott feature. The Weeknd did his thing on here. Florence plus the Machine on the background vocals. Pretty good. I like that. 5 out of 5. Oh my god. Enjoy the Show, featuring Future. This fucking track, I can't believe this track transitions into Enjoy the Show. Probably the best Future feature ever. The Weeknd sounds fucking amazing on here. It's that R&B, type beat. 5 out of 5. Oh my god. And then we got Given Up on Me. Given Up on Me. It starts out, I would say it starts out okay. It starts out just alright. The lyrics are, pretty toxic, pretty cold. But then there's a switch up, guys. A switch up happens, and that's when it makes this song immediately a 4 out of 5, because that switch up with the piano, with the vocal switch up, slowing it down, that beat kicks in. It's just so good. 4 out of 5. I Can't Wait to Get There, which I like the sample. I like how the Weeknd sounds on here. The only thing I don't like is how this track kind of ends, because the Weeknd, I think he kind of gives up. He really goes crazy in the beginning, and then he kind of gives up at the end and just kind of lets the sample and the beat do its thing, which is fine. The beat's fire, the sample's fire. Of course, you're going to let it ride out. I mean, you probably bought the rights to this fucking sample. Let it ride out, whatever. But, that's the only thing that I wouldn't like about it. 4 out of 5. Timeless, featuring Playboi Carti. When we reviewed this track a long time ago, Playboi Carti, man, hey, I'm going to say it, guys. Playboi Carti, one of the best. 5 out of 5. Timeless is a fucking banger. Niagara Falls is another track that I don't really care for. It's alright. It's a 3 out of 5. I just don't really care for the production. The vocal style's not really doing it for me on this one, but it's a pretty decent track too. Take Me Back to LA, which we get a more kind of 80s-centric track. We also get a lot of emotion in this track too, a lot of emotional lyrics too, a lot of emotional singing here, which, if you're going through it mentally, this one's going to connect to you. So Take Me Back to LA is an overall banger-ass track. I'm going to give it like a 4 out of 5. Big Sleep is another track that I don't like. It's featuring Gio Joro. I don't know how to say this feature name. I'm sorry. But Big Sleep is one of those tracks that I just don't care for. The production is just dark. That's just kind of it. There's nothing to the production. It's kind of dark, and that's just kind of it. And, I don't like to listen to horror movies in my own fucking time. So, 2 out of 5. Give Me Mercy. Give Me Mercy is a really good track. I'm glad that this was next up, because I was like, what the fuck am I listening to? And then this came on. I was like, all right, Weeknd. You want me back. I was like, what the hell was Big Sleep? Give Me Mercy is an absolute banger track. I really like the hook. The hook is so good on this track. 5 out of 5. Drive is one of the first tracks that I clicked randomly on YouTube that I was going to do the review for on Thursday night when the album dropped. Drive is such a good track. That hook is going to get stuck in your head. That beat, just everything about this track just sounds so fucking good. 5 out of 5. The Abyss featuring Lana Del Rey. When we go from Drive to then The Abyss, I don't know. Look, the production is pretty good. The Abyss is pretty good. I was shocked with Lana Del Rey's verse, but this track is not one of those that I would come back to. This is like a 3 out of 5. Red Terror is also a track that I would not come back to because, I don't know. I'm not in this point in my life, I guess. I guess I don't have a child or anything, so, this one's a 3 out of 5. Without a Warning. Without a Warning is a pretty good track. I like it. The only thing about Without a Warning is that I think it drags on a little bit too long. That's the only thing about Without a Warning. But overall, it's a pretty good track. It's like a 3 out of 5. Then we get to the final track, which is Hurry Up Tomorrow. This track is probably one of the best outro album tracks that I've heard. The vocals on this track are so good. The production on this track is so good. The Weeknd is singing his ass off. The lyrics will probably have you fucking crying. Hurry Up Tomorrow is an absolute banger outro track. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. Guys, overall, how do I feel about this Weeknd's new album? If this is the final Weeknd album of the character, I'm assuming, I don't think he's retiring from music. I don't think so. I think this is a really good album to kind of cap off this character, to kind of cap off this era, to kind of cap off this. So if this is kind of capping that off, I think this is probably the perfect album to cap it off. I think everything about this album, from production, from vocal standpoint, from features, for being such a long album and only having a couple of duds, that is really telling that this is a really good album. And when my complaints about a song or an album is that, it drags on a little bit too much, or let's say like when I covered Red Terror, I didn't like the ending monologue. When those are my complaints, that's how you know we have an absolute banger-ass album. I really enjoyed this album. I liked it. It was great. Great album. Go listen to it. Go listen to the whole thing. It's an experience. The first time hearing it, guys, you're going to be on the fucking floor because it just fucking hits. Overall, guys, Hurry Up Tomorrow is a great album. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10, what y'all think about this album? Did you love this album like I did? Did you love this album like I did? Did you like this album like I did? I don't know. Let me know. Guys, if you're on YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, wherever you get your podcast at, make sure you follow, turn on notifications. Guys, thank you so much for supporting the show. We'll be back on Thursday night with maybe 2 episodes a day, 1 episode a day. I don't know. But, guys, thank you so much for supporting me throughout this weekend coverage. It was a blast covering the weekend all weekend and all week. And, yeah, the weekend killed it. I love this album. I'll see you later. You have a good one. Bye.